the Quran easy to understand and remember, then is there any that will receive admonition?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Children, Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Last time, if you remember, we have started groups of Arabic letters. And these groups, as I have explained to you, are based on the articulation, on the pronunciation of the Quranic Arabic letters. Now, for that purpose, we have, in the first place, tried to know the Arial letters. How many Arial letters are there? 3. A, E, U. A, E, U. Fine. And then we have also done the group 2. Can anybody let me know what is the group 2? Yes?
Group 2 they were 4 letters.
Yes. And they are known as what? Labial letters. Why they are known as labial letters?
Because we pronunciate with the lips.
With the lips. Yes, much emphasis is there on the lips, on 2 lips. This is the reason why they are known as labial. How many letters are there, labial letters? Yes, over there?
4.
4 letters. Which are they? Which are they? Yes?
Vav, ba, fa, mim.
Yes, ma. Ba, ma, wa, fa. Now, what I suggest, let us turn to our Qari and try to listen very carefully these letters, how an expert Arab Qari from Morocco has articulated it. Them, all these letters, starting from group 1 to group B. And once he has completed, then we will just proceed to group 3. So please listen very carefully this.
Exercise number 10. Group 1.
A, E, U.
Group 2.
Ab, 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 am, aw, af, ab, am, aw, af, ab, aw, am, af, ab, aw, am, af.
Good. Now we should just go to this group 3. Group 3 has 6 letters. How many? 6 letters are there. And we articulate them, we pronounce them from our throat. That is known as gutter. Now if you just look very carefully, this figure here, this is gutter, and it is divided into 3 parts. 1, 2, and 3. Take your index finger, all right? Now, put your index finger on top of the gutter. Then at the middle, and then at the end. All right? Fine. Now, I'm going to articulate, because these 3 places, from each place, 2 letters originate, come. All right? So, I'm articulating first of all a, h. Now, please let me know from where they come. Yes?
First section, and her comes from the third section.
All right, sit down. As a matter of fact, both this a and h from the bottom here. So, you may feel it. If you put this index finger, you may feel the vibration in your you are feeling the vibration, aren't you? You are feeling the vibration. If you don't feel vibration here with your index finger, then something is wrong in your pronunciation, in your articulation. Then let us take the second pair, and that is Ain Ha, Ain Ha, Ain Ha, Ain Ha. Now, if you put your index finger at the middle portion of the gutter, now that is the place from where they originate both. Ain Ha, Ain Ha. Do you feel the vibration? Yes. Now that is the place from where Ain Ha, Ain Ha, Ain Ha originate. All right. Now when we have treated ha, Ain Ha, then what remains? Ghain Kha, Ghain Kha, Ghain Kha. So they both come from where? From the top of the throat. From the top of the throat. Now, don't you feel this? Ghain Kha, Ghain Kha. Now, I think it's a good idea now to go back to our Moroccan Qari and try to listen to his voice and have more confidence pertaining to these letters. All right? Listen to the Qari.
Group 3.
A, 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 A,
Good. Now, let us try to go to the next group. In the next group, that is group 4, there are 2 letters. First is Qa and second is Ka. Now, for this Qa, understand how we articulate this Qa. I don't know whether you have opened the cork of a bottle. If you forcefully open the cork of the bottle, not this cork, but the proper cork which is inside. If you open that cork of the bottle, then it gives you what? Clicking sound. Clicking sound. Clicking sound comes from the bottle. You know why it comes from the bottle? Because the compressed air in the bottle finds the passage when we forcefully open that cock, then we get a melodious sound from the neck of the bottle, from the mouth of the bottle. And likewise, you can see that this actually forms a bottle. Our two lungs are here, and then that is the top end. Now when we compress this section, and then try to forcefully open it, so the compressed air in this passage finds the passage. Come out. This is the air which is confined here. You see, because we block this and we open. When we open, it gives that clicking sound. Like if we make, for example, this qaw, 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 qaw. And if I make it quiescent, aq, aq, aq. I hope you realize that why we get this clicking sound. So that clicking sound should be made by blocking this passage and forcefully bringing out what? Bringing out the compressed air. Aq, aq, aq. Good, class. Now, when we come to this ka, you see, now here, no force is used. The passage here is not blocked completely. It's soft. Ak, ak, ak. But in the case of ka, it is blocked. This passage is blocked. But not in the case of ka. Ak, soft. Ak, 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 ak. Now, listen to me very carefully. Both these. I'm going to just articulate both of them. All right? Ak, 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 ak. You see the difference in the articulation of ka and ka? Now let us go back to our Qari and see how he articulates.
Aq, 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 ak, 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 aq, ak, aq, ak, ak, aq, ak, aq.
Alhamdulillah. You have noted what? The difference between qa and ka. Aqa, aqa, ak. Good. Now let us try to go to the next group, and that is group 5. And group 5 includes 3 letters. And these are Jim, Sheen, and Ya. Jim, Sheen, and Ya. Now let me show you. Easy method. Very easy method. Precisely, this is our tongue. This is our tongue. All right? And you are aware of mouth cavity, aren't you? Yes. Now, in the mouth cavity, the upper portion, you can touch with your tongue, is hard. Isn't it? Yes, it's hard. And just touch with your tongue with the lower portion, soft, soft. So now, upper portion known as hard palate. Hard palate. Hard what? Hard palate. Excellent. So then what happens? If this is our tongue, the middle portion of our tongue touches the opposite portion of the hard palate. All right? Can you touch? Nobody would know. Touch with the middle portion of your tongue, the opposite portion of what? Hard palate. And that is what actually happens when we articulate these 3 letters. Which are they? Jim, Sheen, and Ya. Jim, Sheen, and Ya. Now, in order to have more confidence in that, we just make them quiescent, sakin. So, if you make jim sakin, it will become what? Aj. Ash. Ash. Ay. Ay. Now, do you realize that what is happening? The middle portion of the tongue touches what? The opposite hard palate. Now, in order to have more confidence, why not we summon our Qari?
Edge, 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 ash, 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 ay, 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 edge, ash, ash, ay, edge, ay, ash, edge.
Alhamdulillah. Now we can take group 6. Group 6 contains 3 letters. Ra, Na, and La. Ra, Na, and La. Now, what happens? Let me explain to you. This is the tip of the tongue. Tip of the tongue. When this tip of the tongue touches the opposite portion of the hard palate, then it is possible for us to articulate, to pronounce these 3 letters. So if we make them quiescent, sakin, and apply a to them, then it is possible for us to articulate correctly, like ar, 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 an, al. Don't you agree? When I mention to you that the tip of the tongue touches what? The opposite portion of the hard palate. Now let us turn to our Qari.
Group 6.
R, 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 N, 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 L, 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 R, N, L, L, N, R, N, R, L.
Let us go to group 7. Group 7, beg your pardon. Group 7 has got 3 letters. That is what? Ta, da, fa. All these 3 are known as dental letters. Now, in these letters, what actually happens? Tip of the tongue touches the root of the upper incisors. These are incisors, all right? Tip of the tongue touches the root of the upper incisors. Please touch, release. Touch, release. Nobody would know, all right? Fine. And then, for the articulation here, I am now articulating ta, at. Now, let us articulate the second one. Ad. Now, did you distinguish the difference between the articulation of at and ad? Ad. Now, we are bringing the final one. And it exists only in Arabic. So, we should be very careful about it. And this actually gives what? Broad sound. Alpha. If you put your palms on your both cheeks, you see that should puff up. Alpha. Fine, good. Now, look very carefully at my face. Look. There is no vibration on my cheek when I articulate ta, at. Please, just look at. Just observe. At. at. No vibration, isn't it, on the cheeks? Then I'm taking the ad. Any vibration on both cheeks? No. Vibration or not? No vibration. Now, I'm articulating what? Pa, upper. Did you feel the vibration? Did you see the vibration? Yeah. So you have to bring that. All right. Let us go back to our expert Qari.
Group 7.
أط 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 أد 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 أت 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 أط أد أت أد أت أط أت أط أد.
Alhamdulillah. We have done this so far. We have covered how many groups? 7 groups. And there are altogether 10 groups. Inshallah, in our next lesson, we are going to cover the remaining 3 groups. But we have now confidence in those groups which we have treated. So, if we try to repeat, starting from group 3, and there are 6 letters, guttural letters. Which are they? Ha. It comes from what? The bottom. Then ain ha. Ain ha. Comes from where? Middle of the throat. Good. And then ghain kha. Ghain kha. Comes from where? Top of the throat. Good. They are all together 6. And we have also treated this our group 6. How many letters are there in group 6? 2. That is qa and ka. Qa and ka. In group 5, we have 3 letters. That is jim, sheen, and ya. And then how we articulate? The middle of the tongue, the middle portion of the tongue, what? Touches the parallel upper portion, hard portion of the hard palate. Good. And then we have treated what? Group 6. Group 6 consisting of how many letters? 3. Ra, na, and la. How we articulate? Tip of the tongue touches the opposite portion of the hard palate. And finally, in group 7, we have treated how many letters? 3. Which are they? Ta, da, pa. And this isn't it? And then these are known as dental letters. What happens here? Tip of the tongue touches the roots of the upper incisors from inside. Then we articulate at, ad, and upper. Fine, alhamdulillah. So far we have learned these 7 groups, and inshallah we will continue next time. Barakallahu li wa lakum wal jami'il muslimin. Innahu ta'ala jawadun kareemun malikum barra'ufur rahim.
الرحمن الرحيم